Coal is the first natural resource. It is hard as seen. You must have seen coal. Coal is one of the fuel used to cook food. It is not commonly used by all the people, but it is still used in villages by people, and it is primarily used as an industrial fuel. Earlier it was used in railway engines to produce steam. Now railway engines have been replaced, so we don't use coal most often. Coal is also used as a fuel in various industries. Why it is used in industry? Because it is considered to be a cheap fuel, and it has been replaced by electricity and other fuels, but it is still used in some industries. Now, what is coal and how was it formed? So the story of coal is about 300 million years ago. The earth had dense forests in low-lying wetland areas. 300 million years ago, there was no human or no life on the earth. There were basically trees. At that time, the earth had dense forests, and there were areas of the earth which were dense and some areas where there were less trees. So it is believed that those areas which were in low-lying wetland, low-lying which were having lot of moisture, these forests got buried under the soil. So these forests were buried under the soil. How did it happen? It might have happened due to earthquakes or due to landslides. When these forests got buried under the soil, more soil deposited on them when the time passed, and they were compressed. So it happened that there might have been landslides. When we study the coal found on the earth today, how was it formed earlier? So that is a imaginative thing. So these forests which were preserved under the earth, these forests deposited soil over them and they were compressed. More and more soil collected when the time passed, and under the high pressure of the soil and temperature, these forests were pressed deeper and deeper. Due to high pressure and temperature, the dead plants got slowly converted to coal. As coal contains mainly carbon, the slow process of conversion of dead vegetables into vegetation into coal is called carbonization. So the name by which the carbon content of these trees converted into coal when the time passed is called carbonization. Since it was formed from the remains of vegetation, coal is also called a fossil fuel. So it is called a fossil fuel because fossil means dead remains of a living organism. So coal is formed from dead remains of trees, that is why it is called a fossil fuel. And this coal which is found on the earth today, it is not found at the top of the earth, it is found inside the earth. So it is found deep inside the earth. When you want to extract coal, you have to dig inside. So how did that coal go inside the earth? Because it is believed that the coal which we are finding inside the earth, at that place the trees were growing, and the place on which we are living was not there. So slowly and slowly the sand and soil collected over those dead trees, and today the earth which we are seeing today is formed because of collection of sediments. So today when we want to extract coal, we have to go inside the soil, we have to go deep inside, and then we get the coal. So this coal is actually dead plants and dead trees which died millions of years ago.